I want to show you something really weird. Inside this old brass box, I keep 4 old coins. The thing is, these coins belong in the box. They have to be in the box. Now, before I show you this, I just want to be clear and say that the box will remain over here and the coins will remain over here. But pretend with me for just a moment that I tossed 1 coin invisibly up through the air. Now, if you can imagine that, then in reality, that coin would arrive in the box, which would leave 3 coins over here. Let me show you that again. That's 1, 2, 3, and 1 coin in the box. Let's pretend again that I tossed coin number 2 invisibly up through the air. If you can imagine that, then in reality, coin number 2 would arrive in the box. And that leaves 2 over here. Let's do that one more time with 1, 2 over here, and 1, 2 over here. Pretend I toss coin number 3 invisibly up through the air. Now, if you can imagine that, coin number 3 would arrive in the box. Well, there's 1 there. There should be 3. Well, sometimes I miss, and it's under the lid there. Now, this time, you hold the box. We'll put the lid on top, and we'll take coin number 4. Now, don't move. Watch coin number 4 as it gets smaller and smaller. Small enough to fit between the molecules of the lid and arrive inside. Go ahead and take a look. And there's all 4 coins. In today's video, I've got a really cool variation on a coins across effect to teach you. Now, if you're familiar with Bobo's Modern Coin Magic, or David Roth, or Ponta the Smith, then you should be familiar with the effect called winged silver. It's basically a coins across effect. So this routine is called a twist on winged silver by Bruce Berkowitz, and you can find it in Apocalypse by Harry Lorayne. Now, for my younger audience out there, this was a monthly magazine created by Harry Lorayne and Richard Kaufman. Later on, other people were illustrating for Harry Lorayne, but it was started by the 2 of them and ran for 20 years. And this is the 2nd book of 4 books. And these are harder and harder to come by these days. So if you see them out there for sale, it's in your best interest to pick these up. It's a treasure trove of material in here. Coins, cards, mostly cards, other stuff, ropes, dice, just tons of stuff. And so this is book number 2 of the 4-book set. And you can find the routine it's in volume 9, issue number 3. So if you have the book, it's on page 1185. So I encourage you to look that up to see how it's described there, because I've changed a few things. But let's get right into the tutorial. What you'll need is an Aikido box and an extra coin. My box holds 4 coins, and most boxes these days hold 4 coins. In the description, that box holds 5 coins. So that's one reason I've had to change the handling just a little bit. But I think I've also given it a little bit of cleanliness in the way it's performed. So another note on the different coin boxes out there. This particular box, which is a Copeland coin box, which are no longer being made, but if you can find them, this is my favorite coin box. It's just sleek and simple. And one of the features is that the lid will hold back 1 and only 1 coin. Other boxes out there, the lid is a little bit deeper and it might hold back 2 coins. So I will assume your box holds back 1 coin for the sake of description here. So to begin the routine, the box is loaded up and you have your extra coin in classic palm. And I think this is a good way to start, and it looks as though your hands are empty and you can gesture casually, and there's nothing to suspect at the onset of the routine. So it's a good way to catch the audience off guard here with being one ahead. So I introduce the box and remove the lid. And as I do that, I'm dropping the coin onto the table and dragging the lid over top of the coin. But all the attention's on the box. So the line here is, I want to show you something strange or something weird with this old brass box. Inside I have 4 old coins. And so in that amount of time, I've loaded this under the lid. So you've introduced the props here, and then I pick these back up so that I can prepare for a steal of the coin. Now to do this, I'm kind of organizing myself for the choreography so this can happen smoothly. So say the coins, they have to be in the box. They belong in the box. But before I show you this, I want to make sure everything's clear. So the box will stay on this side and the coins will stay on this side. So this kind of gives me the motivation to, as I move the box over here, I gesture towards the box. Now I gesture towards my hand, and that gives me the opportunity to do a heel clip steal. So this is just as the coins are displayed like this. As you turn your hand over, the bottom coin gets slid out and barely clipped by the fingertip against the heel there. So you're gesturing here. It's like, oh, the box is going to stay over here and the coins are going to stay over here. So now you've got that coin ready, and as you go for the box, you're classic palming that. And then you're taking advantage of this angle, caps in Mellini subtlety here. And so I just say, imagine that I threw one coin up into the air. Now, if you can imagine that, then in reality, that coin would arrive in the box. So this is pretty standard stuff from a lot of coins across material. You're just dropping that from your palm into the box and show that it's arrived. Then over here, you show that there's one less coin. Now you're going to repeat the sequence, but this time instead of a steal, you're going to do a click pass. And this is kind of a variation on Michael Amar's overcount. So it looks like you drop 1, 2, 3, but you've held one back. So this is easiest to show you from over the shoulder. So you're going to pick up and drop these individually into your left hand. So that's 1, 2, and you want to make sure you're getting the noise. Then as you go for 3, you just slightly lift the second coin with your thumb and first finger. There's a fraction of an inch here. It's just enough so that when I fake with this coin, I'm getting some sound. So in real time, it's 1, 2, 3. So the third coin you let fall right onto your hand like this. And then down here, you're just getting that sound. So 1, 2, 3. You immediately come and place this coin back in the box. So you'd say that's 1, 2, 3, and then 1 in the box. And then as I'm lifting this, I go from finger palm to classic palm. And then I'm saying, let's pretend again that I toss coin number 2 up into the air invisibly. And then if you can imagine that, the reality would be that it would arrive in the box. So the same move again, you release it from palm into the box. And then you show coin number 2 has arrived, and that leaves 2 over here. Now we're going to do another click pass to get ahead. So I do a fake toss. That's 1 and 2. So that coin's just skipping off of this coin. And the sound appears to be coming from this hand. So it's convincing that there's 2 coins here. And then as you reach for these coins, you're classic palming this one. So you've said that's 1, 2 coins here, and 1 and 2 coins here. So imagine coin number 3 going up into the air, flying across, and then arriving in the box. Now this time you do not release the coin, you just give it some sound, and you say coin number 3 has arrived in the box. Oh wait, well there's 1 here, there should be 3 here. Oh, sometimes I miss and it goes under the lid. Well, let's try this with coin number 4. So now you're gonna, you can do this however you want. You can gather them up and then add the palmed coin as you place them in. Or you can kind of let the palm coin fall and do this. This is from David Roth. It's called the scoop add under. So you can have that at fingertip rest. And as you're gathering these, you just kind of integrate it with that group there. And you don't want to reveal this quite yet because the box looks very full. So if the lid is in front of the box, that's better. So you've gathered up these coins and placed them in, and then your hand can naturally obscure the box, and then you get the lid and just cover it up. So you say, with coin number 4, why don't you hold the box with the lid on top? And this is kind of the classic ending to many coins across routines where the last coin ends up in their own hand. So you can do any false transfer at this point. I just go for the simple toss, and then I classic palm that coin, and we say we'll make this coin smaller and smaller till it can fit between the molecules of the lid and end up inside. Go ahead and take a look. So this would be in their hand, but you can do it on the table as well. And I would take the lid with my palmed hand. So I'm holding something which is helping to disguise that hand. And then show all 4 coins have arrived. And that's it. So you can, of course, simplify some things in this routine. One idea is to just have the extra coin in your left hand, maybe in finger palm. And so when you introduce the coins, you can do something I didn't describe in the beginning, was to hold a coin back in the lid in this way. You tip the box upside down and you're lifting the box portion and allowing the coins to spill out like this. So there's 1 loaded in the lid. You set the box down and the lid next to it. as you display these coins. And this is good because it creates a little sound, and it will camouflage any other unwanted sound you might have with that coin that's under the lid. Let me show you briefly that little lid load sequence. So you could start out with a coin in your left hand and the box on the table, or you take it out of your pocket. So you turn it upside down and then lift the box. Your thumb is just pivoting against your finger here. And then because the lid is one coin high, if you just spill these, only 3 fall out, and it looks perfect. It's a perfect illusion. And then you set this down and then lay this gently down. Good to do this on a close-up mat. And then you can either toss these to the table or have them just in your hand like this. Either way. So that's it for today's video. This is a really fun routine because it's just repetitive enough that you're allowing them to anticipate what's coming. But then on coin number 3, there's this surprise with the coin under the lid. And then the last coin is always powerful when it happens in their own hands. So I really like this. It's different from a lot of coin box routines where it is pretty repetitive, or even coins across routines where it's 1, 2, 3, and it's all the same. And so the first coin is maybe a surprise, and the second coin they're watching. Then the third coin, you're catching them way off guard because that coin's been loaded there since the beginning. And then the fourth one being the most magical, it arrives in their hands. So have fun with this one, and it's a real a worker routine, I think.